Greetings, it's your girl Katrina Collins coming in with SprkTmrw22. You know who we are, SprkTmrw22. We just love to be a bright light to your next step, your next chapter, your next endeavor, your next big thing. Put us on your team. Want to spend some time today speaking to you about generational choices versus generational curses. Oftentimes when you find people, unfortunately, in states of helplessness and in states of woe is me, and just sometimes flat out being a victim or just not having the right perspective about what's taking place in their lives. I've heard, these generational curses of my family that I'm just trying to break, or these generational curses. Well, let me pause you and reframe that thinking. I don't want to scold you, but I do want to reframe you and that type of thinking. Many of us, we're super proud of our ancestors. We're super proud of the lineage and those on that tree above us and where they brought us to. And there's some of us that we do recognize there's some parts of the lineage and some parts of the family tree, and from mama them and grandma them and papa them and daddy them, that we don't want to move forward with because we saw the results and the fruit that it produced in their lives. So what am I saying? I don't think there's anyone that has their family tree and someone has put a spell or a hex on it and said, this family here shall not prosper, or this family here shall all have broken marriages, or shall all have children that are wayward and end up in the penitentiary, all those things. I just don't think there's someone that goes about trying to cast a spell or even has the authority over your family and your lives to cast such a spell to consider it a generational curse, which means it's coming from one generation to the next generation and that same form of the curse. No, what I do believe takes place is we all have generational choices. Some of us, we saw that type of life led to prison, that type of life led to brokenness financially and emotionally unregulated, and we just chose to continue to do those same things. Even though at some point in life we saw a model, we heard a model, we saw someone in our lives producing different fruit, but because we wanted to stay connected so much to the family fruit, we didn't want to deviate from that. I'm not knocking families, and I'm not knocking grandma and them and papa and them, because I am under the guise or the thinking that everyone is giving you what they deem to be their absolute best. So if they were broken, they're filling your cup from their broken cup, and they're just giving you their best. But what I am saying is that it is time out. Yeah, I'm just going to say it is time out, pause, quit, 180 that thing on under the idea or the perception that it's a woe is me. I can't help this because this is just the way it's always been in my family. It's the choices. I heard it once, and I can't even remember who I need to give the proper credit to, but I didn't author this, but I heard this and it stuck with me. And it said, we come into this world looking like our parents. You ready? But we exit this world looking like our choices. I'm going to rewind that. I need you to go ahead and take your earbuds out, or turn your earbuds up and turn them in if they're on. And I need you to hear that one more time. We come into this world looking like our parents, but we exit looking like our choices. Our choices with how we handle our health, our choices in how we handle our financial resources, our choices in how we handle our children, our jobs, our careers, our education, our spouses. We exit this world on how we handle those things. That means if grandma and mom, continue to link up with the wrong somebody, or if dad was a rolling stone and had children all over, you don't have to adopt that mindset if you didn't like the fruit of that mindset. It's a choice. If you saw that mama and grandma were always shopping till they drop and did not like the end result of you not having lunch money after the shop till you drop, you don't have to emulate the exact same thing. Why? Because you have choice. You have free will. There's no hex or spell cast on you through your mom. And there's blood, there's DNA. There are habits that you can inherit, because I did see that in my own ancestry DNA. When I took the test, it told me some of my attributes and some of my traits that I did inherit from my parents. But at the end of the day, you can break free. At the end of the day, you get to determine. You get to determine what you end up looking like leaving this world. Do bad things sometimes happen to good people? Absolutely. It does, and it does. But at the end of the day, your choices set your trajectory. Even your choice on how you handle when mishaps and you're mishandled, even those choices channel your trajectory. So I just stopped by on behalf of SprkTmrw22 to explain to you that God did not give you a conscience of fear and trembling, but a power and a sound mind. I know a Christian man's steps are always ordered. So God has probably ordered someone in your life. Let's just say that your family doesn't handle finances well. God has probably ordered someone in your life that is showing you by the fruit and the evidence of how they operate and how they roll what it's like if you do handle finances correctly. God may not have showed you successful marriages and spouses that are agreeable, but God may have put in your path, if you just open your eyes, change your perspective, someone that has modeled that for you. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe it's someone at church. Maybe it's someone in your neighborhood that you see how that husband opens the door for the wife. That you see how the wife is loving toward the husband. So God has probably put someone in your path that is showing you and is modeling for you how that is being done. But you have to humble yourself and have a teachable spirit and approach that person and say, hey, I just got a question. You and your husband been married 31 years. Walk me through that. I didn't see that growing up. Or you know what? You don't have the highest paying job, but I notice you don't seem to be panicked about your finances. You don't seem to be worried about the next meal and the bills. Walk me through that, because I did not see that growing up. You know what? I'm struggling right now as a mom or as a single parent or as a single father. I don't want to leave you out because they're out there too. I'm struggling with this thing, but it just seems like you seem to have your children pretty much managed well and their report cards are in the right direction. Like, I didn't see that growing up. I'm a little broken in that area. Can you walk me through that? So you see how that works? It's not generational curses. It's choices. It's free will. And so I need us to break out of the state of woe is me. And this is how it's always been in my family. This is how it's going to die in my family and with me. No, it will not. And no, it shall not. Your words have power. Start to seek those people that have modeled for you by the fruit of their spirit, not by what only they say. Look at the fruit of their spirit. Somebody trying to teach you how to be a great mother, try to check on them and see how their kids turned out. I'm just saying. Somebody trying to tell you how to be a successful businessman, check to see how their businesses have checked out and prospered. You know what I mean? The fruits of the spirit. What are they producing? And guess what? God is no respecter of person. So if you humble yourself and sit under them, since he blessed them with that, guess what? He can also bless you with that. Generational choices, not generational curses. Stay empowered. Be in the driver's seat of your life. And remember, you come into this world looking like your parents, but you exit looking like your choices. Let your choices be for you. Let your choices be those that edify God and grow you, your family, if you have one. Stay blessed. SprkTmrw22. A little fired up this morning. This one has just been passionate to me. I've been holding this topic for quite a while. But team, you get blessed to be a blessing. So maybe you got it together, and maybe you do realize there's someone around you that does kind of need this sitting under, this be under my wing. You know, find that person. Maybe you know someone that needs this video. because you've been trying to say these things, and maybe if they hear from the perfect stranger, hello Katrina, she's here, and then maybe they will get it. But again, generational choices. Drop that phrase, generational curses, because you are in control of those things. Need a life coach? Look me up on SprkTmrw22.com. Need a motivational speaker? Because this is just a tidbit of it. This is a smidgen of it. Reach out to me, SprkTmrw22.com. There's ways to book me. There's ways to include me in your workshops, include me in your pieces. Because again, remember, Spark Tomorrow, we just want to be a bright light in your next chapter, your next endeavor, your next big thing, ready to serve. Be blessed.